this song to prepare for meditation. Be still, go deep. What you sow is what you reap. Be here now, where one is known, where life's fountain always flows. Be still, be still, be still, and know. Be still, be still, be still, and know. Om Ganapatiye Namaha, 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 Om Ganapatiye Namaha. Be still, go deep. What you sow is what you reap. Be here now, one is known, where life's fountain always flows. Be still, be still, be still, and know. Be still, be still, be still, and know. Om Ganapatiye Namaha, 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 Om Ganapatiye Namaha. Be still.
If you had not already closed your eyes, I would like you to close them at this moment in time. Taking a deep breath in and slowly releasing out. I ask you to take another deep breath in, and as you release it out, imagine the breath releasing any energy that you have felt throughout this day or throughout this week. I would like you to imagine that you are this big, gigantic tree, and your roots going deeply into the earth. Feeling the energy down there as it grounds yourself. Now I'd like you to imagine that your branches reaching up towards the sky, feeling the energy that the sun gives off, feeling the warmth. You are this tree and you are strong. Today's lesson is all about challenges and staying calm, and that is what a tree is. Every day they face storms and natural disasters, and yet they stay strong, deeply rooted into the earth. And that is what you are. Despite your challenges, whether it's with people or whether it's with events, you are strong and you are calm. You see past these challenges and you learn from them. Each challenge is different for each person. And because of that, when we are feeling challenged, we often have a negativity around us. But each of us is learning a lesson, and that is an important lesson that we have to learn to grow, to become a bigger and stronger tree. Because each lesson that you've learned, each challenge that you have gone through, has made you who you are today. I would like to share a quote from Heraclitus. I think that's his name. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man. So each challenge that you go through shapes who you are. No river stays the same, and no tree is the same after a storm. But the same message still applies, that it is still strong and it is still going. Now I would like you to go into your tree, into yourself, and listen to the small, still voice within. Listen to the words that it is whispering to you. Voice is something that you do, that sometimes you do ignore, but know that your voice is a very positive, and that despite the challenges, despite every challenge that you face, there will be always a new beginning. For you are this strong and lively tree. Now I would like you to imagine that your branches are retracting from this earth as you come back to this beautiful sanctuary. Your branches slowly coming down from the tree, still feeling the warmth of the sun and the energy of the earth. And know that every challenge that you face today, that you face in the years to come, shape who you are as a person. And every challenge always has a positive outlook. And whenever you're ready, you may open up your eyes.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old day, and who shall wear that starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear that robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear that starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear that robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
Oh, mothers, let's go down. Come on down, don't you wanna go down? Come on, mothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear that starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way.
Oh, people, let's go down, come on down. Oh, people, let's go down, down in the river to pray.
Oh, wow, that was great. All right, good morning / afternoon. I'm Christine. Yeah, and I have a little mini lesson for all of you. So my lesson is who you are and whose you are. And when I was given this lesson, or I actually chose it for this service, but when I was given this lesson, I thought, like, how could I, like, make this easier for people to understand instead of, like reading all these paragraphs and, like, all this, you know? So at first I thought, why not do the Lion King? Because there's that whole remember who you are, Simba, you know, and all that. But instead, I found symbolism in this lesson in the movie Toy Story. And I thought of this while I was vacuuming, actually. That's relevant. Anyway, so in Toy Story, Andy and his room, where all the toys like live in, represents everyone being all one, and that they're all one together in the universe. And so any of the toys that leave the room are like, they become endangered by the world, basically. And an example of that is in the beginning of the movie when toy soldiers are like sneaking out and all that. Like they get like hit by a ball and they're like injured and they're like, oh no. But they end up okay. Anyway. But Buzz eventually arrives, and he doesn't want to belong to Andy. Anyway, he's like his own person. And they're like, come on, you gotta be like one of us. And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So, you know, Woody's like, okay, you gotta be one of us and all that, but, you know, he doesn't. And so unfortunately, they leave the safety of Andy's room and like Andy's life and all that, and they become in a lot of danger and eventually end up in Sid's house. And that's, you guys know the movie? It's like really scary there. They're like terrified for their lives. And Sid's house represents the separation from their true selves. And an example of that would be the mismatched toys that are like heads on different bodies and vice versa. And it's creepy. It still gives me nightmares. But Woody helps Buzz and all the other mismatched toys realize who they are so they can take over this separation from their true selves, so they realize who they really are. And soon, Woody and Buzz reunite with Andy, and they have a better understanding of who they are. And so a short summary of how this is relevant to real life versus Toy Story, which is a movie, is that we should all have a better understanding of who we are and whose we are, which is the universal being of us being all one together. Thank you.
We live in a world of ups and downs and inside outs. Births, deaths, illnesses, and miracle healings, all happening simultaneously. This is the human condition. Our spiritual work does not make us immune from that. What it does do is make living easier. It enables us to see the greater truth when those around us cannot see it. It provides an inner strength and resilience that can and will weather any storm. It enables us to see infinite possibility when others see despair. It fortifies us in clear knowing when others are ready to give up. It reminds us of our loving, compassionate nature when we are ready to give up. It calms us in the storm and sustains us in the peace. This is a direct quote from Science of Mind, written by Reverend Karen Wiley on Sunday, July 16th, 2017, about staying calm when the river is rising. And that's our theme for today, is staying calm when the river is rising. And this was a piece that was given to me on Sunday, July 16th, 2017, from Linda Gillespie. I was out in the foyer, and she came from whatever room she was in, and she had her Science of Mind book in her hand, and she was like, "You have to see this." And she had it like it all highlighted and marked on and stuff, and she was like totally getting into it. And she's like, "You have to read this. It's super awesome, and I want you to make something out of it one day." So I took a picture of it, and I have had it on my camera roll for over a year. And whenever they said we get to pick the theme, I was like, all right, I have one, and I think it's going to be really good. So now we finally get to put this theme into practice. So this is sort of our dedication service for Linda Gillespie. And she got to see it the first service. So the human condition. We all know that our world is not perfect, and there's nothing we can do to change that. But that doesn't mean we can't take action to make living in an imperfect world easier. This is what we do here at Unity. We take a look at the world around us and say, hold on, let's look at this a different way. Because right now I am not handling this correctly. What I'm doing at this very moment is making things harder and less bearable. Let me take a step back and review what I've learned. As humans, we are always trying to see how we can use what we already know to make a less stressful, new, sometimes enjoyable option. That's why life hacks exist. Sometimes they're totally ridiculous. You know, put a straw through the bottle, and then you get like gum that you've chewed and a piece of string, and all of a sudden you can cook your potato, you know? But, you know, it works. Our spiritual work is what grants us the tools we use to make living easier. Through the practices we learn or any lessons we learn from other masters or even yourself, we create a better world for ourselves and for the people around us. So, hold on, how does this relate to staying calm when the river is rising? Well, for one, having solid lessons and experiences is, in a way, grounding. It's like a rope to hang on to and keep us in one spot. When life gets hectic and unpredictable, our spiritual work is what gives us, is what allows us to stand firm against the raging currents. It's kind of funny to think that we have to look back at the lessons that we've learned. And one day, when the river begins to rise, and it will rise, you'll look back at our lessons. And then our lesson is going to tell you to look back. But you're already doing that, so it's kind of, anyways. You already have the tools. You just have to, and I know that I sound like a broken record, look back on lessons that you've already learned. So now we're going to switch gears a tiny bit into another part of the river rising, and we're going to watch a quite literal interpretation movie clip from the movie The Shack. And in this scene, this main character that you can see right here, he is on a boat, and the boat is going to start to do something kind of crazy and kind of wild, and you're going to see how he handles that, or not handles that.
Matt, it's okay. What are you doing this? This isn't me. You told me to come out here. Mac, this is happening inside you. You're letting it consume you. You don't have to. Just take a deep breath and listen to my voice. Don't look at it, Mac. Look here. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the pain. Look at me. Everything's gonna be okay. Look at me. Trust me, none of this can hurt you. Just keep your eyes on me. Breathe. Good, man. I'm not going anywhere.
Awesome. So, what's sort of happening in this scene? This character, if you haven't seen the movie, in this movie, basically a bunch of just bad stuff happens in a chain to this main character. And it sort of changes who he is. You know, he used to be this really fun, happy guy. And then all this bad stuff happens and it sort of haunts him and he becomes like a new person almost. And so this is sort of a physical representation of how these experiences and these negative thoughts and how he is keeping those in his head and how he's pushing them aside. It's building up and it's starting to drown him. And so this character who like represents Jesus in the film comes up to him and says, what you're seeing right now isn't real. This isn't actually happening. It's happening in your own mind. And so you need to take a step back and you need to breathe. And you see that happen whenever, it gets really close up into his face. He takes a step back and he breathes and he tells himself, this is all in my mind. And that these things can't actually hurt me because it's not real. And as soon as he realizes that, then everything's fine, and he takes another look around him, and the boat is not splintering, the water isn't black, he's not sinking, and everything's fine because he told himself in his mind, okay, these things that I'm letting build up within my head are what is bringing me down right now. So there's your third lesson.
Not as tall. Hi, my name is Mar, and I'm going to be doing a lesson on clear knowing. So we all have doubts. I mean, we experience them in our everyday life. We have doubts in our past. We'll have doubts in our future. And, doubts are just a thing. And the opposite of doubt is clear knowing, which is having a strong reserve in what we're doing is right, even when others don't believe and want to give up. So to aid in understanding what this means and keeping on topic of their theme, staying calm when the river is rising, I'm going to read a passage from Luke 8:22 through 25. One day, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side of the lake." So they got into a boat and set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep. A squall came down on the lake so that the boat was being swamped, and they were in great danger. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Master, Master, we're going to drown." He got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided, and all was calm. "Where is your faith?" he asked his disciples. Now, this is where I'm going to end the story and take a moment to look at that. Where is your faith? He asked his disciples. Now, these are men who have stayed by Jesus' side, who have seen his miracles and lessons and just taken that all in, but they lack clear knowing and lose faith in him. Whereas Jesus understands what path he is meant to lead and holds a clear knowing. He was calm because he knew no matter what happened, all would be well. He was calm even when the storm struck the boat. Him sleeping like a baby while his disciples were scared, wanting to give up. He held strong and all was right in the end. So when you come across a challenge in your life, a challenge when some might not believe in you and lose faith, as long as you know that what you're doing is right, then all will be well. Thank you.
Hit a bump in the road, it interrupted my flow, it tossed me all around, it taught me how to slow down, what it takes to get there, from a world that is lost, to a vision that's new. I wouldn't say there's a cost. It blesses me. It blesses me. All that I receive. It blesses me. It blesses me. All that I receive. With a form and a name, I feel pleasure and pain, but in the changeless whole, I'm in an even flow. What it takes to get there, from a feeling of loss to a vision of truth. I wouldn't say there's a cause. It blesses me. It blesses me. All that I receive. It blesses me. It blesses me. All that I receive. It blesses me. It blesses me. All that I receive. Om Gum Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gum Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gum Ganapatiye